Good day, students. You are welcome to ENT 211. We started a few weeks ago with the introduction, consider the concept of entrepreneurship. After that, my colleague came to continue looking at the theories and rationale and relevance of entrepreneurship. After which we also consider the characteristics of entrepreneurs, that when somebody wants to be successful as an entrepreneur, what are the personality traits and the characteristics he ought to possess. Thereafter, we looked at entrepreneurial thinking. That's what we call entrepreneurial mindset. That's what type of mindset should one possess to be a successful entrepreneur. Then we moved on to consider the forms of business ownership. Are you going to stand as a sole proprietor, or you want to join hands with somebody in partnership, or you want to incorporate your business? And what are the factors you should consider in determining the form of business ownership that is appropriate? Again, we consider the issue of business registration, forming alliances, and then joint ventures into detail. That's a sequel to the study on the forms of business ownership. Then the basis of feasibility reports and business plans, the fact that it is necessary to conduct a research to know whether what you are going into this venture is actually feasible or not. Then come up with your report. And through your results, you can draw up a business plan that will serve as a roadmap or a guide to running the business successfully. Then another colleague came to take you on the issue of innovation. Remember that one of the characteristics or the traits and part of the thing we talk about under having an entrepreneurial mindset is the issue of creativity and innovation. So that was also properly trashed. With that, you can achieve a competitive edge over the other entrepreneurs in the same industry. And after that, we look at contemporary entrepreneurship skills. The skills you should have in order to succeed. If, for instance, if you are a manufacturing organization, the entrepreneur should have the knowledge, the know-how of that particular good you are producing or the service you are rendering. It's going to help. Even if you are not personally involved in rendering the service or in the production of the goods, having personal knowledge as an entrepreneur is very essential to the success, because it will assist your monitoring and supervision of the whole process. Apart from that, managerial skills are very necessary, because we have the know-how about producing that good or rendering that service, but if you don't have the managerial skills, you may not be able to run the business successfully, because you are working with other people. You need human skills, you need conceptual skills, you need other skills that will assist you in managing people, in managing finance, managing time, and other resources. So that's all those ones are also treated. Then last week, colleague also came to talk about entrepreneurship in Nigeria, how far entrepreneurship has gone, the practical aspect of it, various types of businesses people can go into, even up till now. Now we are rounding up the whole course for the semester today with the basic principles of e-commerce. So we want to look at the aspect of e-commerce, because we are living in a digital world, and entrepreneurs should also be not just computer literate, but you also be skilled in this aspect of e-commerce. So we talk about e-commerce as dealing with buying and selling of goods and services through the internet. Internet is essential, and because of the high rate of competition, every entrepreneur should strive to be on top to see how to achieve competitive edge. And one of the helpful areas is the issue of being connected to the world, operating globally, and that is made possible through e-commerce. When we talk about e-commerce, a variety of transactions can take place online. We have electronic marketplaces, digital services can rendered and conducted through websites and online platforms and other mobile applications. You can even use your mobile devices, Android handsets, your iPhone, iPads, and so on and so forth. And over the years, e-commerce activities have been growing, and at the last count for last year, that's 2024, the e-commerce market was valued at approximately $6.39 trillion. And you know that is a huge amount. And it's a little bit here, a little bit there. You can also be part of those earning this. If your own is not up to billions, at least maybe hundreds, start with hundreds of dollars, then thousands of dollars. That's why right from the inception, I emphasize the fact that you are not learning, university is not teaching you this just because you want to have an A or B, you want to score high, and that's okay. But most importantly, for you to be able to make use of this knowledge in practical terms, even right from now as a student. I gave you examples of those students who have benefited from this course. They have practicalized and been able to produce one thing or the other. Some of them are also engaged in buying and selling, maybe trading or producing. In fact, most of them producing, manufacturing, maybe shoes, sandals, engaging in the rental of services, and they have been able to take care of themselves. That is the purpose. Most importantly, by the time you graduate and you're already a professional in a sense, you can market whatever knowledge, whatever field, whether you are in arts or you are in sciences or management sciences, medicine, or any field of study. Now, if you are not online this generation, you will not be able to do as much or benefit as much from the entrepreneurship knowledge you have. So all those things you have learned, by the time you start rendering the services, producing the goods, your presence online will assist you in, you'll be visible, you improve your visibility. Apart from that, you'll be able to market your product or your good or your service successfully. That is it. Now, with that's just a brief introduction. Then we want to look at the categories of e-commerce, or what some people call e-commerce business models. We have different types of e-commerce activities or models that are designed to meet different market needs. The first one I'm going to talk about is what we call B2C. B2C, or business to consumer. So B2C is just an abbreviation for business to consumer. That's the most common model. That's where you have business organizations rendering services or selling goods to consumers online. So everything we talk about will be online, and this is done directly without any intermediary coming in between the business and the consumer. We also have B2B. That's also an abbreviation. You see B2B. That is business to business. So, as opposed to the earlier one where businesses are selling to consumers, businesses are selling to businesses and businesses are buying from business. So the transactions are taking place between one business or the other, or between some businesses and other businesses, also online. All this happens through various platforms. Number three, we also have consumer to consumer. That's what's called C2C. C2C, consumer to consumer. In that case, you see consumers selling directly to other consumers, but that is facilitated by third-party platforms. Somebody will have a platform where individuals who want to buy will meet individuals who want to sell. Then number four, you have consumer to business. That is C2B. C2B, consumer to business. So you can have individual consumers selling to businesses. That's also done through platforms. You might be familiar with Fiverr, Upwork, where you see freelancers offering their services to different businesses. So once they make themselves available like that, those businesses will contact them, and then the owners of the platform also will have their own percentage that they will collect. Then we have B2G. B2G, that's business to government. That's where you see businesses providing goods or services to government agencies, government entities. For instance, you can have a computer firm that wants to develop or design softwares for the government agency. Maybe software that they can use for their salary payments, to pay their staff, or software for other purposes. So those businesses are selling their services to the government. That's why we call it B2G. Then you can also have G2B. That's a government to business. So in that case, it is the government that is rendering the service or providing the facility for those businesses. For instance, government as a regulator of business activities may open a portal for registration of businesses or obtaining of licenses or for other purposes. So those businesses that want to relate with government or on that issue, or maybe have any dealing with them on that issue, will have to go to that portal and fill in the necessary information, and then be able to comply with the instructions. It has to do with obtaining of licenses or registration of businesses, as opposed to what you used to have in those days, where you have to go there physically and then engage in so many paperwork. Most of these things are done online. So the government can make provision for that for those businesses. So when you have online business registration portals, it's an example of that. G2B. Then another business model is what we call mobile commerce. That's m-commerce. It's a subset of e-commerce, but you carry it out on your mobile device, whether your Android phone or iPad or iPod or whatever. Once it is on a mobile device, it is regarded as a mobile commerce, and that is what we refer to as m-commerce. And in that case, it encompasses B2C, C2C transactions. Then we also have what some authors refer to as D2C. That is direct to consumer. Direct to consumer. That's just emphasizing the fact that it is mobile marketing, but it is direct marketing. It's done online, but you are dealing away with the activities of any form of intermediary. So you call it direct to consumer. That is D2C. Now, why are we emphasizing or talking about e-commerce? It's because of apart from the fact that that's the in thing now, that's the trend in the business world, we also have some advantages which are visible. Number one, global reach. Yes, we got them as advantages, but those are actually the characteristics or features of any e-commerce. It has a global reach. The business person, the seller or the marketer, the entrepreneur can reach any part of the world at the same time, at once. So all geographical barriers are eliminated. In fact, your customers are everywhere in the world. You have a worldwide consumer base. So that makes your work or your activities easier because you're able to reach a larger number of people at the same time. Then the issue of interactivity, that is, the e-commerce platforms facilitate direct communication between buyers and sellers. So easily you can engage different groups or types of consumers without much as once your presence is felt online and you also feel the presence of those consumers, you can, once you make yourself available, they can provide your link, they contact you, and you begin to do business. Then it's more convenient. The issue of convenience is there. 24/7 access, no closing time or opening hours. You say, but you cannot be sitting with the computer all the time. Yes, but these things may be automated so that even while you are not here physically, you have already programmed the thing so that people can still get automated responses. And when you come online, when you come to computer physically, then you can do more follow-up and respond properly to those who are making inquiries or seeking other things. Then apart from that is the issue of cost efficiency. The amount of money spent is far lower than when you are talking about a big and mortar type of businesses. That is the normal physical businesses, physical interactions we are familiar with. But because this one is online, and then you are reaching out, you are using your website or other means, by the time you look at the cost, you see that it's far cheaper than the conventional type of business model. But that's not to say that the e-commerce method doesn't have its own challenges. Well, especially in this part of the world, there will be some technical issues which may not be which may not be present in the developed world in terms of infrastructure, network issues, electricity problems, and so on. That one may be there, but it's in the developed part of the world where you have 24/7 electricity and you have good network. That one may not be, but we are talking of practical things now, which apply to our own environment. Then there's this cyber security threats. That one is worldwide, anywhere. You hear about scammers, activities of fraudsters online, and all that. Even though efforts are being made to checkmate this, but we still have reports of millions of dollars, nairas that people are losing from time to time as a result of these cyber crimes. So we have that. Then the issue of logistics and return management. When you are selling, you have an online business, you sell to people, you deliver goods to them. There are associated challenges. Number one, as opposed to what you have in the physical market, where you go there, you see the good, you hold it, you can test it, you can check it, and know that, okay, this is what I want, this one, I don't want this, and you get it right there without paying. But online, sometimes what is displayed may not be an exact replica of what you actually need. Yes, the specifications are there, but at the same time, by the time the goods get to the consumers, there are times when you want to reject. Maybe the price of transportation, the goods might have been damaged, or it's not exactly size or the shape or the type the consumer wants. And sometimes some of these goods may have to be returned. So the issue of managing logistics and such return issues may also be a challenge. Then another challenge is the issue of competition. Because of the nature of the internet on which e-commerce is based, you know that so many people have access to these online platforms. So because it's so crowded, it has a higher level of competition than the normal physical business, which geographical location can sort of restrict. But the online space is open to anybody from anywhere at any time. So the issue of a high level of competition in the crowded market is also a challenge. Then apart from that, we are talking of technology, and this technological advancement doesn't stay at a point. It keeps on improving and advancing. And because of that, if you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, these online businesses, e-commerce platforms and activities, then you have to keep on updating. There's something in business we call environmental scanning. So where the manager is expected to monitor the goings on the environment to see the implication or the effect it has on its own business and how to respond or react to them. The same thing when it comes to the issue of operating through the internet. So because of the dynamic nature of the technological environment, you have to keep on updating, knowing the latest issues. That's why some of these your apps on your Android phone, from time to time you see another update has arrived, you have fixed this, there's improvement on this area and that. So if you also want to make use of the online space, there's the need to keep on updating and to keep abreast of changes or evolving technologies. Another aspect we want to consider that is e-commerce is the issue of online marketing and advertising. Uh, there are so many strategies that entrepreneurs can make use of in this digital marketing activities we are talking about. And when we talk of digital marketing, that means the various online marketing strategies that are aimed at promoting goods and services through various digital channels. Some of these strategies include what we call content marketing. That's developing and putting up useful materials for people that can assist them to find solutions to certain problems which you as an entrepreneur you are trying to solve with your good or with your service. So you may have your blogs where you post useful articles that help people, inform people, educate people concerning solutions to certain problems or meeting certain needs in their lives. It may be videos. Some are talking about podcasts and podcasts, audio streams that you have recorded and put on your website or blog here for people to click and listen to or watch and get certain information that will attract them to patronize you. Because when they see the usefulness of this content, they will want to ask for more. So the goal in this area of content marketing is to build brand awareness. That's what will attract them to you. And then you also want to establish yourself as an authority in that industry. Then apart from that, you can talk about email marketing. So you send targeted mails to individuals, businesses to communicate with customers so that you can send newsletters, you can produce newsletters, send it to the emails. You can design promotional offers, send it to various emails. And there can be personalized recommendations too that will attract them to you. So in that case, you are trying to maintain good customer relationship, and you also want to draw people to yourself. Then there's this thing we call PPC. That's a pay per click. Pay per click advertising, where you make your presence or put your link on the maybe if you have your own website, you can put it on your own website or even somebody else's website, so that as they click that maybe Google Ads or other forms of media advertisements, for every click you that's what that is where advertisers pay a fee. So there's an amount of money you pay for each advertisement that is clicked. So that's the purpose of that, to generate traffic to websites. Then you want to increase visibility. Then we can also talk about affiliate marketing. In that case, you are collaborating with other people, collaborating with individuals or businesses that will promote your product in return for a commission. So they promote the goods and sell it on your behalf, and pay them a percentage of the cost of that good or service. So in that case, you're able to expand your reach. And then you are leveraging also on the audience of these affiliates. Sometimes some of these affiliates, they have thousands of followers, sometimes hundreds of thousands of followers. So by the time they assist you in sending your own information about your product, your service to their followers on their various platforms, you have a larger reach, and more people will be able to contact you and patronize and patronize you. All these are done also through e-commerce platform. You can also talk about influencer marketing. That is, you partner with some people. Those people we refer to as influencers. They also have their followers. They have their they can be bloggers. They have their followers, social media personalities or industry experts, and they use their personality, the name they have made, the followers they have gathered to influence people positively towards patronizing your product so that they can get your service. So your aim in that case is to tap into the influencers, audience, expertise, or popularity for the benefit of your own business. Then we can also talk about retargeting or remarketing. There are times when you discover that some people make attempts, they click at one advert to the other, they make attempts at the product, but they did not eventually make a purchase. But already they got information concerning product, concerning the organization, concerning that business. So you can also see, find a way of making them, informing them, and allowing them to make a return visit. So you are targeting those people so that those who already have an idea, they are not completely ignorant or unaware of a product. You now see how to make them, entice them to make a trial so that you are able to convert them to buyers, not just people who are aware of the existence of your brand. Now let's look at the aspect of social media marketing. You have so many social media platforms which people can use to connect audiences, you can use to build your brand awareness or to promote your products or services. You're able to engage directly with your customers and then build type of community around yourself and your products. You're all familiar with all the social media platforms. Each of them can be used for the purpose of marketing and not just marketing of the product, at least improving your visibility on the internet. Facebook is here. It's a versatile platform for advertising. It's not just friends like this or like that to put your pictures and all that. You can actually make use of it to get customers, to publicize your goods, engage customers, share content, and then do a lot of things that will help you to succeed as an entrepreneur. Instagram also is a visually driven platform where you can present your ideas, your brands in a fashion that will make people to show interest. It may be in the food industry, fashion industry, lifestyle, things that have to do with health. You can promote different types of goods and businesses. Twitter is also a social platform that people are already making use of. If you're a good blogger, it should assist you. LinkedIn, it's not only for academic people, professionals. People are now using it as advertising medium. So a lot of business to business marketing goes on there. That's B2B we talk about. TikTok also is there. All these social media platforms that can be useful for you as an entrepreneur. And when you do that, so you create content, you can engage or build community of people around yourself. You can engage in the paid advertising, and you can get people, if you have your own you have your own platform, you can get people to also place advertisements with you and earn some money, and a lot of monitoring of the traffic that goes on your own website or social media can be done. And when you get the statistics of people who are showing interest but are not making purchases, it gives you an idea of how effective your advertisement and promotional activities have been, and how much effort you still need to put in order to win those who have not made up their minds to start making orders, and then bring fresh people too who they also want to be interested. So that's how far we want to go this semester, and we want to encourage every one of you, because you still have all these things, all these study sessions on the YouTube. Go over them again and again from week 1 to week 11 and digest them, and you can also get more information on the tests and references that I'm giving to you, and prepare yourself to get the best of entrepreneurial development. Don't forget, it's not only for you to pass your exam, you need and understand that you pass, but at the same time, the major thing is the practical aspect, which you can start doing even as a student, and then after school, you can continue to take care of yourself and even employ some other people. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you and God bless.